What's going on, everybody? Today I'm chasing down a vacuum leak on the C5 Corvette. So I'm gonna start off by changing out the throttle body gasket. So here's a quick video on how to do that. So I have my air bridge already removed, MAF sensor and everything. This is aftermarket, of course, but here is the part. It's from Felpro. That was the part number. I'll put a link in the description of the video for it. I'm starting on the passenger side. You want to remove that hose. That's a vacuum hose, goes to the valve cover. And then you want to unclip the throttle position sensor plug. You lift up on that tab and then pull back on it, pull it out. It is kind of tight, especially at that angle, but it comes out real easy. The throttle body is held onto the intake by 3 10mm bolts. There's one at the top, 2 at the bottom, one is over here right on top of that hose. So of course we got to take that hose off, or at least the clamp. I used a set of needle nose pliers. With that out the way, you can get a socket in there and get that bolt out. They're kind of long, that's what they look like. Over here on the driver's side, I removed the throttle body motor plug. It makes it easier to get to this clamp as well. You do have to remove that plug, but it makes it easier to get to this clamp. This is like a little coolant hose clamp that goes into the throttle body. And then there is one more 10mm bolt right next to that. It's kind of in a blind spot, but if you feel under there, you can get it. And then you will be able to remove the throttle body. Once you remove this hose, coolant is going to come out. It's going to be not a lot, but some, so you might want to get a rag. Throttle body is off. I am going to clean this with some throttle body cleaner, but first let me install the gasket. You want to get a flathead screwdriver or something to pry that old one out of there. Of course, you want to match it up with the newer one. Make sure that it's the same thing before you break it, like I did. So yeah, that's the same thing. You want to line it up the same way and just press it in. There's no, you need no silicone, no gasket maker or anything. Just press it in there and it'll stay in. Make sure you got it all the way in, of course. Throttle body, the blade does get dirty. Of course, the whole body itself gets dirty. Get some throttle body cleaner, spray it on there. Make sure you use the little straw to get in the little crevices. Wipe it down. The blade does turn. All you got to do is just push it. Make sure you get all in there, get it clean. You want this smooth and clean. It helps air go in way smoother, of course, and makes your motor run way better. I already had this clean, so this is just a little example of how that straw makes it way easier to get debris out. All right, once that's clean, it's time to put everything back together. You've got the gasket in. Of course, you want to put those 3 bolts back in. Make sure you get all your coolant hoses back on and put those clamps back in place. And of course, plug everything back in, the throttle body motor, as well as the throttle position sensor. As far as the torque spec on the bolts, it's 106 inch-pounds, not foot-pounds, inch-pounds. And that's it. Everything's plugged back in and secure. I went ahead, turned the motor back on. My long-term fuel trims are still at 25. That was not my vacuum leak, so I will continue to hunt for that. But thank you guys for watching, and see you guys on the next one.